Hey guys, good morning, good night, good evening, wherever it is, wherever you're at. I hope you're having a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever it is, wherever you're at. I'm no longer pregnant. I gave birth to my baby girl 4 or 5 days before my due date at I think 38 weeks, 39. I'm not sure. So my birth story. Um, So I didn't want a C-section, and I knew I didn't want an epidural or a local, but I was trying to like mentally prepare myself for in case if I had to have an emergency C-section, because I know like my luck's crappy, and it's never gonna want to go, and things never go the way I want it to go. So at my last doctor's appointment before this one on a Monday, she asked me if I wanted to be induced, and I told her no that week. And she's like, right, well, I'm gonna ask you again next week just to make sure, and give you and your partner some time to talk about it. It's new studies, they're inducing women nowadays to make it easier and safer on the mom and baby and all this stuff, and it's supposed to be like better or whatever. And I personally, I'm like really big on just like being natural and just letting nature take its course. So that's what I wanted. That's why I didn't want to be induced. Like, I wanted the baby out of me and I wanted to end the suffering, but I think I really wanted to try to keep her inside me as long as possible. Um, because I felt like if you, a lot of times when humans try to mess with nature, I feel like it just backfires in their face. Um, so here's my little baby girl. She's sleeping. um, so I had an OB appointment scheduled on Monday, and she was I was 1 centimeter dilated. She checked me, and she was concerned about the baby's heart rate, so she hooked me up to a machine that kept track of the contractions and I think her kicks. And I was on that machine for like an hour and a half. I woke up like last minute to my appointment. I was so tired. I just wanted to go home. I wanted to keep sleeping. It was early in the morning. My boyfriend is on third shift, so he still needed his beauty sleep for work. So, the doctor pulled out the uh, paper from the machine, and she asked me if I wanted to be induced, because the week before she asked me if I wanted to be induced, and I said no. And I stuck with my answer and I said no. And she's like, okay, well, normally within I think 30 minutes, the baby's heart rate will go up, go down, and go back up. She didn't do that. So she was really concerned. So she wanted to go ahead and induce me. And so I got induced. So what that was like. So I was already 1 centimeter dilated. So she wanted me, she's like, do you have your stuff? And of course, we didn't plan on having a baby today, so no, we didn't. So no, we didn't have the hospital bag, and no, we didn't have the car seat even hooked up. So um, she wanted me to go straight to the hospital and have my boyfriend go all the way back home because we lived 30 minutes away from the hospital. Um, she wanted me to go to the hospital, him go back home and get the stuff, and then come back. I did not want to be alone. So we left the hospital, both of us, and he went to the gas station because he needed to calm his nerve because I started crying because of hormones. I'm pretty sure. I can't even. I think I was freaking out and I wasn't like ready to have this baby like today, like right now. So I was like, oh my god, what the frick? So I was scared for that. And so he started freaking out, and I was like, hey, calm down. I'm just pregnant. Everything's okay. Okay, just bear with me. I need you to be strong right now. Like, you need to be there for me. Because mentally, I'm not all here right now, you know? Um, so after the gas station, we went home, we got the stuff. She told me she was going to induce me at noon. So noon came around and she stuck up a balloon inside. My mom was like, "What the hell is this balloon? I have no idea what the frick you're talking about." I explained it to this woman like 10 times. She still had no idea. What they do is they stick a balloon like object, or maybe it is an actual balloon. I don't know. It's probably like a medical balloon, honestly, because it has to be. But they stick a balloon up inside you to expand you and get you dilated more because you need to be 10 centimeters dilated. So I was 1, so I had 9 more to go. So that balloon expands you up to 5, and then I think nature takes its course after that. Pretty sure. So so I got induced at noon. Okay, so it was Monday. Um, so I was working my way up on getting induced, kind of just chilling. I wish I would have take a nap. Um, and then I got to 5 centimeters, and I believe it was time to take the balloon out. And that's when it started hurting. I was like almost in tears, and I didn't take any birth classes or anything, and that is so stupid, y'all. Please take birth classes, or please research on how to breathe and work up those muscles on giving birth and stuff. So my mom was over there telling me how to breathe properly through labor. I didn't want to breathe. I kept telling her no, all kinds of crap, and it was getting so bad. So they came in and they asked me if I wanted drugs for it. So they put Nubain in my IV, and it helped the first time, and I was falling asleep. Like, I got not a good nap, not a long nap, not a decent nap or whatever, but I got some sleep, and I was so happy and so thankful for that, because that would have been my last time sleeping peacefully. And if you're wondering right now, she is sleeping, and I'm supposed to be sleeping, but I'm not tired, so I'm not gonna sleep. But she's slept for really long, which irritates me because I feel like she always sleeps really long whenever I'm not sleeping. But anyways, so they put the Nubain in my IV. I slept fine or whatever. Then it started wearing off. Those contractions hurt. So then I was like, can I get more? And she's like, well, I want to make sure with the doctor because you can't get it so many hours prior before your baby comes because it can mess with your baby's heartbeat and stuff. And we don't want that. So I got it again and it didn't do nothing. So I was so mad. So I had to tough it up through those last contractions. And then it was baby time. And I sucked at breathing. I wasn't breathing properly, and not looking back, it makes me think, if I would have took those birthing classes, if I would have learned how to breathe properly, if I would have worked out my muscles you need to push out a baby, it would have went a lot smoother. Instead, I possibly risked my life and kind of her life. Okay, so I got Nubain for the contractions. I didn't get anything for this next part, which was the time for her to come out of me. So, I probably pushed for like an hour and a half, I'd say. Nobody was ever timing it, but it really wasn't that long. It felt like probably like an hour because they were so close together, the contractions. So, I'm just rounding up because I'm sure it wasn't 1 hour. I'm sure it was probably maybe like 10 minutes over or so. So, I'm not on any drugs now, and I gotta push her out of me, and I have to try to breathe. And they want you in a certain position. I didn't want to be in that certain position. I wanted to hold my partner's hand, but they wouldn't let me. I had to hold my knees. both hands goes on your knees and your knees go up in the air and they have to stay in the stirrups. And there was a nurse on each side of me, and there was my OB down at my vagina area, checking on the baby and watching me push her out and everything. They all three said to do different things at different times, so it really threw me off. I was like, okay, am I supposed to be pushing? Am I supposed to be breathing? What the hell am I supposed to be doing right now? So I just kind of like, I tried to get the pattern, and then I think I got the pattern, and they were all like, good, good, now next time do this, and they kept saying like, next time work on this better, and I'm like, dude, like, how much do you want from me? Like, I'm trying, but I don't know what to do when three people are telling me different things to do. And then my mom's over there, like, freaking out or whatever. And you guys, I thought I would cry when my baby came out of me. I didn't. I didn't cry at all. I think I was probably that tired or something. I, like, just didn't care. I just wanted food and I just wanted sleep. I really, really wanted food and couldn't eat, like, anything but Jello. I did do a birth ball or a yoga ball. I think it really does help, and I think she's waking up now. Okay, so I gotta wrap this up. I'll make another one on breastfeeding to help you new mamas out there with breastfeeding tips. So, so she finally came out of me. I think she came out at 12:10, so like 10 minutes after midnight, and so I pushed her out, and then they threw her on top of me, and I like didn't want to touch her or anything because she was still covered in all that stuff. I didn't cry. My mom cried. My boyfriend shedded like one tear because he was concerned on me dying, and I think he was probably crying at the birth of her coming out. So, so then she came out, I cleaned her up and stuff, and then happy doodah. So yeah, that's, oh, and I got drugs for her stitching me up because that hurt. I also bled for 5 weeks, so everybody's is different. First time moms, you're probably gonna bleed longer than the mom who's on her 4th kid or 3rd kid, so keep that in mind. Also has breastfeeding, so I think that's the reason why I bled longer. No, because they say it helps your uterus contract faster. I'm not sure, but the only scar I really have from it is on my belly button. She's a month and I think a week or 2 old, so she's almost 2 months. So, and that's all I really got from it. And like some of my stretch marks went up more on my side, but I really don't care about that. It's whatever. Okay, I gotta feed my kid now. Bye guys, love you. Hope you enjoy.